Cal here with another video for today. Hopefully I can edit these and get these out at the same time. So today I'm going to go through the Herbie Hancock Complete Columbia Albums Collection. Okay, my previous video actually went through an David Bowie era box set that I brought to you, which covered the years of 92 to 2001. Now this one is actually a big giant one, so this video will be a little bit longer, but this is 1972 to 1988. Okay, now Herbie Hancock had a long-standing association with Columbia Records. Before that, he had a association with the infamous Blue Note jazz label, and then he did some albums for Warner Brothers, I think, from memory. But this one just covers the Columbia releases. And this one here is... this has always been hard to open, this box set, so I try not to open it too often. So basically what you get here is you get the big cube, okay, and then similar to the David Bowie box set, you have little digipacks and a booklet. Okay, now the important thing for most record nerds is that the spines are meant to replicate the original LP issues that you would get if they were sitting on your shelf as a 12-inch. That's what you would get. And then you've got this book, okay. There he is on the front. There we go. I don't know if you can see, but there's little spiral artwork that sort of is on there, if you can see. Again, similar to the Bowie box set, lots of photographs. Herbie Hancock has an extensive output of music. This doesn't even really scratch the surface of his overall recorded output, and he's still alive, so he's bound to be doing some more stuff really as we speak, probably. He's still performing at the ripe age of, I think, 84 or 85. But yeah, liner notes on all of the albums. You've got, yeah, April 12th, 1940, there you go, I was right there, 85. Yeah, it has a little biography. It has a lot of the heavyweights that he played with, the different phases of his music. And yeah, there's so much here. Let me just have a look and see. They're also numbered as well, which is quite good. So if you lose track chronologically, you can put that on the shelf. And there's a little, if that goes close there, you can see. Oh. Are all at number 1. I'm going to pull them all out. I'm going to do it quickly. I'm not going to review them really. I'm just going to say if they're good or not. And they're all really good. So what have we got here? All right, the first Columbia album, Sextet. This is right after the Bitches Brew, this. And it was highly influenced. You can see the artwork in that, very influenced by Bitches Brew. This was his more esoteric sort of stuff there that he did. Alright, now this is a classic. This is the one that everybody knows. It needs no introduction. Chameleon, Watermelon Man, Sly, Mind Melter. Classic. Everyone got to have that. Got to have that. Next one here. Now he would do different things. So he had sort of the freedom to do his Headhunter stuff with the funk band, but he also did different ones where he had different bands on. So if he decided to do something like this, which was a Tokyo, so there was a lot of Japan exclusive albums that he did. I think this was one of them. Recorded in 1974. Kosaiken Hall, Tokyo. Really good. Doesn't get spoken enough about this one. Thrust. Probably I reckon one of the most sampled albums ever. I reckon Spanker Lee and Actual Proof beats from that can be heard on a lot of different tracks. Very, very, very influential. Of course, he also did soundtrack work. He did the score to the Charles Bronson Death Wish 1, which is great. Great one. Live album, Flood. This has probably got the best version of Hang Up Your Hang-Ups that I've heard. Paul Jackson, Benny Maupin, Mike Clark, Bill Summers, Blackbird McKnight on guitar there. Blackbird McKnight, very underrated guitar player. We've got Manchild. Probably another one that doesn't get its fair due. This is the one that's got Hang Up. Originally had hang-ups on it. Bubbles, Stepping in It, Heartbeat. Yeah, it's all brilliant. Brilliant. And probably a bit maligned, maybe this one. I'm not too sure how people feel about it, but Secrets. So he went in a, definitely with the blueprint of his music and his sound, but he was using a lot of vocoders during this one. Very, very funky, but very, like a smooth R&B flavour to that. And then there was this band, which was Vizop, okay, and this says 9 and 10 on the spine because there was all that focus. Doesn't matter. Anyway, discs 9 and 10 of Vizop. And, yeah, it was a special concert, 1976. And this is the lineup, right? So, Herbie, Tony Williams, Freddie Hubbard, Wayne Shorter, Ron Carter. It's basically the classic Miles Quintet, isn't it? Alright. And now we have a trio album. Okay. Let's have a look at that. Nice washed out photograph there, a little bit. Pretty cool. This goes for more acoustic jazz style here. Speak Like a Child, Milestones, I do a version of Milestones in there. Tony Williams and Ron Carter. What else we got here? Oh yeah, we've got the Vizop Quintet again. This is also Vizop. And is this a 1977? Same lineup as the other ones. Here's a duo album actually, which is I actually really like. Got to be in the mood for it, but it's really good. This is Herbie Hancock with Chick Corea in concert. Okay. Not much you can say about it really. It's just really good. Just great virtuoso playing. There's Someday My Prince Will Come. They do a great version of Hancock's Maiden Voyage and La Fiesta from Chick Corea. This one again, he goes back into the front with the vocoders, and that vocoder sound also very, very influential. And without the vocoders and the synth sound on the voice, you know, we wouldn't have stuff like Daft Punk. So very, very influential. All right, now we're getting into the late 70s. Okay, so disco's come in, right? And Herbie Hancock was have a crack at that as well. So this is Feet Don't Fail Me Now. Okay, this is sort of a disco album. Still really good production. It's not one of my favourite, but you know, for the purists out there, they're you know, They just have to like it or lump it, really, because he was just going to really do whatever he wanted to do at this stage. What have we got here? Okay, so this one is Direct Step. So this was another one that I think that was made for Japanese markets. I don't think it saw the light of day internationally. You had to get it on an import. I just want to see... Because the writing is so shrunken down, it's hard to see. Recorded in the studio, so Webster Lewis, Alphonse Mazon, Paul Jackson, Ray Obedio, Benny Maupin and Bill Summers. Brilliant. The piano. This is a solo piano album. He just does mainly jazz standards on that. Another Vizop album. There was quite a few of these. They're really, really popular. That's why they made so many of them. Just quickly check the lineup here. If the lineup. Oh, that's all right. I'm just flying through them, really. It's another Vizop. Okay. 1979, that one. What else we got here? Kamiko Kazai Butterfly, which is a collaboration album with Herbie. Okay, I haven't actually listened to this yet, so I'm gonna try and listen to it in the next couple of days, and might actually make a video on this one itself because it's an interesting outlier in his catalogue. So I'll bookmark that for a later date. We've got Monster. I think we're getting into the 80s now. This is the 80s stuff. Yeah, David Robinson on production as well. Yeah, it's this is one of my favourites, actually. Mr. Hands. This was before he got into the sort of the EDM hip-hop sort of stuff. And this is pretty much the straight-ahead jazz album. Shiftless Shuffle. That's great. Now, I am not sure whether these are even chronological, if I'm honest, but I'm just going by the spines, and they're all lined up. This is Magic Windows. Magic numbers good. Here he is going back into more acoustic jazz territory there. Ron Carter and Tony Williams. Another trio. What do we got here? Ron Carter, Tony Williams, and Wynton Marsalis, who was very big playing the 80s jazz. There we go. Light Me Up. Bit of funk stuff there. He was always cool. This next one is an important one. So, like Headhunters was probably early on, this one was pretty important because this one had Rocket. Okay. And we might be talking about the first example of record scratching on a recorded track. And yeah, Rocket, huge hit, also MTV hit. It was around that time that we was doing that. By the time this was here, all the jazz purists have pretty much jumped off and sort of said, nah, we don't want to borrow this anymore. He's gone so far beyond the jazz idiom that we we're not even going to give him the time of day. And, you know, you're getting into more of that with sound system. Here's one with like more of an African-inspired album, collaboration album. And the last two is a movie soundtrack that they did for the film Roundabout Midnight. Really good film. And then finally we've got Perfect Machine, which rounds out his Columbia Records catalogue. So there you go. There's so much to sort of look at. And then after that there's, I think he goes back to Warner Brothers and then does a bunch of other stuff, but he's still active today, so we're only scratching the surface of what this guy was able to do, and it's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, my recommendations, right, out of this, if you want to buy a CD or stream, it should all be available on CD and vinyl. I think they're all available. But I would go for Headhunters. I would also listen to Flood, and I would also listen to Mr. Hands. Those are the ones that are most recommended out of that. There's another box set video for you. Thanks very much. Well, we'll see you next time.